Okay, just a gentle reminder, the recording is of me, the instructor, and not of any of you. So we'll have that available later. I'm also going to click real quickly, mute all, so that I stay that speaker. But if you need me, you have a question, please remember you can simply click unmute, and I'm more than happy to answer anything. Oh, looks like Peggy popped in. Hello, welcome, welcome. All right. Happy Tuesday afternoon, everybody. Let's come to a nice seat, comfortable seat on your chair. Okay, so scoot yourself forward a little bit so that your hips and your sit bones are near the front of your chair and your knees and your toes are pointed forward. Your hands can come to your lap, letting your hands rest on your lap. Let your elbows draw in a little closer to your waistline and see if you can sit up a tiny bit taller. Good. Stay right here. Take a couple deep breaths. I'm going to adjust the lighting. So stay here and just close your eyes if you can. See if you can take another deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth with a nice big exhale. Please try that again. Another big deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth, big exhale. Good. 2 more times. Inhale through your nose. Open your mouth, big exhale. Last one. Deep breath in through the nose. Open your mouth and exhale. Good. Let your hands come to your heart. You can crisscross them, or you're welcome to just bring your palms together to touch. And as you do, just notice how you're feeling as you just pause for a moment. Do you have a mantra or a word that you like to recite? Do you have a favorite poem or even a favorite prayer that you like to come back to? Do you know someone that needs a little well wish, a little positive thought? Feel free to send that off to them. Perhaps it's a group of people. Whatever that may be for you, take a nice big deep breath. And as you exhale, send that intention off into the universe. If you'd like, you can bow your head slightly or simply just release your hands. Let's give a little waviness to the body. So whatever feels good, you can sway, you can really just move easy from side to side. You can let your knees roll in, you can move your hands, whatever random movements feel good. I think we got a few more. Hi, Ellen and Bob. Hi, Mila. And it looks like Donna popped in as well. So, all right. Yeah, all right. Let's go ahead and stretch and give each other a wave. Yes, and if you don't have it on gallery view, you may not know who all is here, and that's okay. We are still an amazing community, even though we aren't always in the same room, but we are in the same Zoom. Yay. All right, so to movements, arms extend, reaching up where and wherever you can. Get bigger with the arms. You can make the elbows bend. You can cross the midline. Both arms doing the same thing. How about we try some figure eights too? So that shape from high to low, cutting through the middle and the other way. Good. And then maybe just letting the hands kind of wash back and forth in front of you. Again, that same type of figure eight movement. Beautiful. And as you're ready, bring the hands back in towards the heart and then let them come onto the lap. Good. Shrug your shoulders way up by your ears. Take a breath, exhale. Let those shoulders come way down. Shrug them up right near your ears. Exhale, shoulders down. One more. Shrug your shoulders up. Exhale, let them go. Beautiful. Let your hands come down to the floor and then let your fingers tap up to your shoulders. So point the fingers to the floor and bring them up. Good. Tap low to lift up. Last one, hold those fingers up. Can you bring your elbows closer together and then open them a little wider? And then closer together and open wide. Good. So a little bit of a elbow in, and then we're going to turn these into our chicken elbows. Are you ready? So lifting one back, pull them back. Good. Feel that extension in the shoulder. Elbows nice and wide. Good. If you'd like, you can reverse your direction. Nice and easy with those movements. Beautiful. Do me a favor and end with a backward circle though. So at least one on each side, or you can do a couple back together. And then from here, inhale your fingers and stretch up to the ceiling. Nice big deep breath. And then exhale your arms, weaving them all the way down towards the floor. Good. Do that again. Stretch up as tall as you can. Reach for your ceiling. Good. And then crisscross your hands, bringing them down. Beautiful. This time, inhale, but give yourself a little rotation to the right side of your room. Good. And then weave your arms, same way, but right back down. Good. And then inhale back to center. Deep breath. Exhale, rotate the left side of your room and weave your hands all the way down. Good. Pulling those hands back into your heart. Take a nice big deep breath and a big exhale. Beautiful. Take a moment to swallow. Awesome. All right. And then separate your feet a tiny bit wider than your hips distance. And allow your feet to come real flat to the floor. Okay, so the heels are nice and heavy, the toes. Can you give them a little wiggle? And even if they don't want to wiggle much, just try to talk, let them wiggle, give them a little space. Good. And then can you lift your heels up like you had on a big high heel shoe? And then push your heels back down, let your toes wiggle. Again, even if they're not moving much, just put that intention into the foot. All right, press the ball of your foot down one more time. Lift your heels up and press your heels down. Give your toes one more wiggle. Beautiful. Leaving your left hand on your thigh, reach the right one to the sky. Oh, I like the way that rhymes. All right, keep that left one there. Give a little bit of a stretch over to the left side of your. As you're ready, come back and whip that elbow into a cactus. Good. Once more. Reach up to the sky. Deep breath. Crescent slightly off to the left side of your room. Come back up to center and pull the elbow into your cactus. Good. Release your right hand to your thigh. Left one to the, say it with me, sky. There we go. Give yourself a little crescent over to the edge. Good. Make sure your left sit bone stays heavy to the chair. And then pull your elbow nice and wide into your cactus. Beautiful. Take a deep breath. Here we go. Stretch it high to the sky. Give a little crescent over to the right side of your room. You've got it. And then pull your elbow back into your cactus. Good. And release your left hand down. Good. Take a deep breath. And as you exhale, start to roll yourself around in a little circle. Good. If you tend to get dizzy, keep your eyes focused on something ahead of you. Okay. That's not moving. Okay. So you might have to look away from your computer. All right. And then gently reverse. We're going to make circles in the opposite direction. Nice and easy. Beautiful. Bend the elbows as much as you need to. Good. And then when you're ready, come back so you can sit up tall. And then come back so you can stretch up tall one more time. With each finger over your head, give it a flick like it had frosting on it. And then flick all the way until you can flick all 5 together for 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Good. Crisscross your arms, wavy, wavy, all the way back down and onto your lap. Beautiful. Take your hands actually to your chair and scoot your body back deep into your chair. So I'm going to rotate so you can see. Scooting way back, you can bring those feet back into the middle. Lean back, chair. Lift your right leg up. Lean back as much as you want, or you can sit up taller if you want to challenge that core strength. All right, lower your right foot and switch to the left one. And lower it down. Good. Back to the right. Can you point your toe? Flex your foot. Point your toe. Flex your foot. Now make a circle around in one direction. And reverse. Go the other way. Awesome. And then set that right foot down. Left side. Heel up. Point your toe. And flex. Point your toe. And flex. Good. Now circle it around one direction. And pause and circle it around the other direction. Good. And bring that foot down. You ready for it? Can you do 1 and 2? And point and flex. Good. If you can only do 1 at a time, that's okay too. All right. And then roll a circle around those ankles. And reverse. Good. Feet come down. Woo. One more time. If you only lifted one foot, lift that opposite foot. If you lifted them both, you get one more time to try both. You ready? Point. Flex. You're using that core strength, hip flexor strength, quad strength. Good. Roll your ankles. 3, 2, 1. Reverse. 3, 2, 1. Both heels down. Woo. Sit up nice and tall. Sit up and lift your hands up. How did we do? Those are harder than they look, aren't they? Exhale. Release your hands down. Good. Right hand to the sky. Deep breath. And release. Left hand to the sky. Deep breath. And release. Good. Take your toes and point them inward. Let your heels puff out. And then see if you can rotate your feet so your heels are in and your toes are out. And then switch that around. And then leave your feet so your toes are turned out, your heels are heavy, and you're sitting up nice and tall. Good. Inhale your arms straight up. Exhale, pull the elbows into your goddess posture. Good. Take your left hand, cross it like you were reaching to tap something on a table, and bring it back. And then right hand, cross the body. Big stretch, and come back. Good. Left arm, big stretch. Tap it, and back. Right arm, big stretch. Tap it, and back. Good. Last time. Left arm, cross. Really get big across the body. Nice. And down, and extend. Beautiful. Awesome. And release your hands down. Ooh. Stick at your shoulders a little bit. Give a little rub if that got into your shoulders a little. All right, we're going to go back into the cactus arms, back into the goddess. So stretch the arms up, pull the elbows wide one more time. Now our goddess is going to dip one arm down into a scarecrow and then the other arm down into a scarecrow. Good. Lifting back up to a goddess. Let's go the other way. Left arm down, scarecrow. Right arm down, scarecrow. Left arm up, right arm up. Good. One more time each way. Right arm down, get that rotation. Left arm down, right arm up, left arm up. Last one, left arm down, right arm down, left arm up, right arm up. Whew. Bring your hands together right by your heart. Good. Take a deep breath. Keep your hands here, but can you wiggle your toes back in? Keep your hands pushing together right by your heart. Nice. Bring them all the way together. Take your fingers, interlace them, and push your palms up to the ceiling. Remember, if you don't like interlacing, just simply stack one hand on top of the other and push both hands up. Great. Exhale, rotating the hands back down. Bring your thumbs back near your heart. Good. And again, inhale, push the hands up, palms way up towards the ceiling. Exhale, bring them back down. Good. Last one. And press those palms way up to the ceiling. And softly bring those hands back down. Beautiful. All right, scoot a little closer to the right side of your chair. Leave the left leg down and see if you can take the right foot a little wider. Make sure that you have both sit bones firmly pressed into the chair and both feet are nice and flat to the floor. Hands come into your heart Take a breath and then rocket ship your fingertips up and open the hands across or out like a T. Perfect. Fingertips come back by your heart and touch. Elbows lower. Rocket ship your hands up and open your hands wide. Beautiful. One more time. Fingertips touch. Lowering your elbows, palms together, go up with those rocket ship hands, and then open the palms. Let your thumbs point up to the sky. From here, sweep the left hand across the body and pull your bow and arrow to open up your shoulder and stretch your fingers back. Good. Sweep the hand across the body, pull it back, and release. Good. One more. Reaching across the body, and pull it back and release. Nice. Let your hands come down. Ooh, did you get your shoulders a little there? And let your left hand come behind you on the chair or on your thigh. Take your right arm out and open your palm to the ceiling. From here, lift your right arm up. Nice big deep breath. One more. Nice big deep breath. Beautiful. From here, relax your hand back down. Good. And then take your right foot and start to heel toe it back towards your left. If you need to pick it up or move it that way, you can too. Otherwise, come back and then find yourself back in the middle of your sticky. Let your knees just wobble back and forth for a moment. Beautiful. And then scoot yourself a little closer to your left side. You can leave the right foot down and you can heel toe your foot out, or if you want to take a bigger step, go for it. You can push out into that nice extension. Make sure you're really anchored in the corner of your space. Sit up nice and tall, and then bring your fingertips close to your heart. Take a breath. Rocket ship those fingertips up, up, up to the ceiling, and then open your hands out nice and wide to the height of your shoulders. Beautiful. Fingertips come back together. Let your elbows lower down. Rocket ship to lift. Nice big deep breath. And open the hands out and around nice and wide. One more time. Fingertips touch. And allow your elbows to lower. Rocket ship your hands up. And then open the arms out wide, but lift your thumbs up towards the ceiling. Taking your right hand across your body, let that bow and arrow pull back and extend. And if you want to make the bing noise, you're welcome to. Sweep the right arm across, pulling back, open up through the shoulder, and release. Nice. One more time. Right arm sweeps around and pull it back. Good. And bing. Nice. Relax your arms down for a moment. Give those shoulders a little massage if you wish. They get tired, don't they? Just holding the arms in the air. I know mine do, for sure. All right. Go ahead and bring your hands out wide, letting your right hand either come back on your chair or to your lap. Sweep the left arm out and roll your palm up to the ceiling. Deep breath. And as you exhale, lift up to the sky so you can reverse your warrior here. Stretching tall through the fingers, stretching long through the body. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Nice big deep breath. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Letting your left hand come back down. Good. And releasing when you're ready, both arms down. Good. Let your left foot come in, moving it back towards the middle. And once you get there, you can hold your chair and just let your knees do that little sweep back and forth. Good. And then bring both feet together, close to one another, and take your arms. Can you stack them up? Kind of, I dream of genie type arms. Draw your shoulders back. Nice big deep breath. Keep those legs close together. And can you sweep your arm a little bit out to the side? Nice big deep breath. And then come on back to center. Pause. And then try going the other way. Left elbow back. Good. And come back to center. Look at which elbow's on top and then switch. And you don't have to do the I Dream of Jeannie head thing unless you really want to, but I don't recommend that one. All right. Draw those elbows way out to your right side. Good. Deep breath. Inhale, come back to center and exhale the opposite way. Good. And come back to center. Beautiful. Take your hands like you were throwing confetti and let them go. And then wiggle your fingers like that confetti is falling, falling, falling all the way down. Good. While you're ready, or when you're ready, roll your wrists a couple times one way and then roll your wrist a couple more the other. All right, so if you are interested in standing up, you will have the option to do that right now for a few poses standing. If you would rather stay in your chair, that's perfectly fine. I'll offer both modifications. If you want to stand, make sure everything around you is nice and clear. There aren't any props or personal items. And bring your hands by your heart or to your chair. If you want to stay in the chair, no problem. Just stomp those feet to the floor. If you want to stand nose over the toes, lifting your hips very gently, you can use your hands or simply take your time to come all the way up. If you're planning to stay in the chair, that's perfectly fine. If you're interested in standing, I want you to come to the right side of your chair, okay? And you don't have to be, you can see I'm off of my sticky mat here, that's okay. I just want to be able to hold my chair, okay? If you are close to a wall and you'd rather move to the wall for this exercise or a piece of furniture, that's totally fine, okay? It's basically imaginary tightrope in front of you. So you will work on walking heel to toe as you step forward. Do make sure you don't go too far away so that you can always hold your chair. So you will have to walk backwards, okay? Again, if you're closer to a wall and you can take a few extra steps by using the wall or a credenza or something that's long, go for it. If you are seated in your chair still, you just are walking or pretending that you're walking here because you're still in the chair, but your heel toe one in front and then switch. Heel toe, one in front, okay? And then switch. So it's heel toe and then switch, okay? So that is your seated heel toe agility, all right? If you are standing, you are walking heel to toe right out in front of you. And then after a couple steps or a step or two, you're trying it backwards, right? Good. All right, if you are behind your chair or standing, you can take a few steps behind your chair so that we can give this a try on the opposite side. Again, if you're still seated, try this set with your hands out, okay? Heel toe, bringing the foot forward. If you want, you can try that in the chair, or you can do the tap out and forward, tap out and back, okay? Tap out and back, all right? So you're using that more of the agility and movements, all right? If you're working on that balance walk, keep the toes and the heels in that same straight line. Good, backwards, a little bit trickier, so make sure you're holding that chair, okay? Good. And if you're seated and you want to just bring your feet together, hold the arms out like a nice letter T, you're welcome to do that. And maybe tip just a tiny bit forward and then tip back to sitting up tall, okay? So several variations of what you may be working on right now. Figure out which one is working the best for you, which challenges you today, okay? If you're doing the tightrope walk, keep your head up. Try not to look at your toes. Good, good. All right, and then if you are walking, standing, come towards the back of your spot. If you're sitting down, just bring your hands to your lap, okay? Standing behind your chair, make sure your fingertips are on the chair. In the chair, take your heels back a tiny bit, press your hips back a tiny bit, okay? Take a nice little forward fold. If you're in the chair, still seated in the chair, your hands simply are on your lap and you're leaning forward just a little bit. All right, everybody take a nice big deep breath. And an exhale. One more time, nice big deep breath. And an exhale. Beautiful. If you're seated, you're walking your hands back up. And if you're standing, you're walking your toes back to your chair. Everybody is nice and tall in the spine. One more time, if you are standing, scoot a little bit off to the side so your left hand is now on the chair. Okay, single leg balance, we're moving into a tree pose. Left foot will stay on the floor, bend your right knee. Okay, can you lift your right knee up and down a couple times? If you're seated in the chair, can you lift your right knee up and down a couple times? Make the knee meet the hand. Don't bring the hand to the knee. Make the knee do the work. Yes. All right. If you are seated, you can take the foot down, give a break. If you're standing, turn the toes out and leave the left foot on the floor. You can let the big toe stay on the floor. You can do a couple lifts, external lifts, that outward lift. If you want to just start your tree pose, you can move your hands. If you're seated and you want to make a seated tree, left leg extends, right knee turns out, and you're tapping your toe up to your calf or to your ankle, okay? You can stay and hold if you'd like, or just work on that tap motion. You can also always grab a block, bring it under your foot, and leave that turned out leg resting on the block, okay? So a couple options. Again, if you're standing, nice single leg balances. Yes. If your name is Jim, you're doing nice tree poses today. Both Jims are doing great tree poses. Actually, I see lots of great tree poses. It must be autumn. Yes, the trees are becoming so gorgeous. Yes, I know. It's hard to believe so many of them already changing. All right, if you are standing in your tree pose, relieve that tree, come back standing in Tadasana. If you are seated, bring both heels under your hips and sit up nice and tall. Okay, if you're seated, both hands go up for a tall stretch. If you're standing, one hand stays on the chair, or you can do both if that's comfortable for you. All right, exhale, release your hands down. Good. If you are standing, please wander to the opposite side. Again, if you are seated, your right foot is going to stay low. Your left one does the knee up, okay? So you're working that left side up. If you're standing, left leg now comes up, okay? And you don't have to lift your hand up as high as I'm doing mine. I want you to see what I'm doing. A little bit off the ground is perfect, okay? Beautiful. All right. Turning that knee out, if you'd like, you can do a couple knee lifts with the rotation. Or again, if you are seated, you can bring the toe up. All right. Good. One last variation. If you're standing, go ahead and take that full tree pose. Let the left knee turn out. Good. If you are seated, use your block or rest the foot on the calf. Okay. Anybody who's interested, left arm can go high to the sky. Right arm can go. If you'd like, if you're standing, you may wish to keep that right hand on the chair or just have it nearby. That hover touch is always great. So you're right there if you need it. Okay. Everybody take a deep breath. Feel your beautiful tree rooting deep to the earth as you lengthen and stretch to the sky. Yes. Oh, I love the smiles I see right now. Yes. All right. Relaxing gently. Make sure your right hand is on the chair. If you're standing, left hand down, and then we'll wander back. Good. All right. Feel free if you're standing to take some nice lateral steps behind your chair, just moving into that lateral plane. If you're seated, make them heel taps out to your side. Okay. So just nice wide heel taps. All right. If you're standing, you can hold the chair or you can hover touch with those hands. Okay. But do try to move laterally, not just straight forward like we often do. We're moving a little bit to the side. You may feel a little like a crab, right? They always move to the side. All right. Okay, when you are ready, take a deep breath. Everybody lower your feet back to the ground. If you've lifted them, stand up nice and tall, hand on your chair or hand just by your side. Take a nice big deep breath in through your nose. Nice big exhale. Good. Once again, deep breath in through the nose and exhale. Beautiful. One more time. Nice big deep breath in through the nose and exhale. Beautiful. All right. If you have your wooden spoon, go ahead and take it with you. We are going to come back to the chair. If you have moved away from the chair at all, make sure you have at least one yoga block. And then if you are ready, go ahead and wander to the front of your chair. You want to be really careful as you sit down, especially if you have something in your hand. So make sure your hips are over your chair as you go to sit and settle down. Okay. All right. So starting in with a little bit of wrist work. Okay. Double check that your feet are on the floor, your knees are forward so you can still sit up nice and tall. All right. I want you to take the wooden spoon into your right hand, thumb up to the sky. And if you don't have or a pencil or something, you can certainly use that. Okay? Switch to sit. All right, so thumb up, holding on. You can hold high, middle, or make it a little harder and hold near the bottom. All right. Let your elbow come in by your side. So not too far out. It's really kind of a narrow hold of the arm. And I want you to press it forward and bring it back. Okay, so once you get the motion, start to be more specific. Okay, so try not to let the shoulder or the elbow do too much. Think about really isolating the work into your wrist. Okay, you see how my wrist is really doing the vast majority of the work here? Right, you want that arm straight out in front of you. Okay, so it's sort of like you wanted to press out right in front and back. Good, two more. And back, good. Sitting up nice and tall, beautiful. Now from here, hold that spoon to the ceiling like it's 12 o'clock, and then shift over 11 and 1. And again, try not to use your shoulder or the elbow stays right where it is, and you're using your wrist to do the work, okay? If you want to expand a little wider into 10 and 2, or if you want to go all the way to 9 and 3, you're welcome to. Nice. And then from here, hold it back, straight up at 12, go back into those hammer extensions. So kind of like you were hammering a little nail into a piece of wood in front of you. Good. And then hold it straight up, 11 and 1, 2 to 10, 9 to 3. But try not to use your arm, just isolate and focus on your wrist. Good. 3 and 2 and 1. Good. Take a break. Do you feel it in your shoulder a little bit? Yeah? How'd your hand feel? Release. How'd you do? Can you give me a thumbs up? Does this feel all right? Do you feel it in your wrist? Do you feel that strength in your wrist? All right, let's try our second side. Are you ready? Holding the wooden spoon in your left hand, straight up. Think of it as kind of a nice big extension of your thumb, and then press it forward and lift. Press it forward and lift. Good. So watch the elbow, make sure it's tucked in right beside you so that you're not using the elbow, you're not using the shoulder. You're really focused in on this wrist dexterity and strength. Good. All right, make sure you're not doing a full kind of extension. It's just the wrist, okay? Just the wrist. Nice. All right, last one. Good. Holding that up. And then that slight 11 to 1. Good. Make sure the elbow stays without moving much. I'm actually kind of using my right hand to sort of hold the elbow in place. So I'm not moving it very much. Good. And if you want, again, 9 to 3, really work into the wrist. Good. All right, last two. Good. 1, hold it here, straight up, go back to the hammers. So just the wrist, just the wrist, not the whole arm. So that would be fun, but we're working on just that isolation of the wrist. All right, so left hand might be a little trickier here. All right, pause here, and then we'll rotate 11 and 1. Okay, again, you're trying not to move the arm, just through your wrist. And if you want to rotate even more, into your 3 and 9. That works. Good. All right, last 3 and 2 and 1. Good. Ooh, set it down. Put the wooden spoon in your lap. You can massage into the shoulder. You can massage into the forearm. Stretch out your wrist a little more. You can even massage into the base of your wrists. All right, holding your spoon on the outer edges. Make sure you're sitting up really nice and tall in your chair. Take a deep breath. Hug your elbows close to your body. And then from here, push and then pull back down. So push and pull. Good. You can say it with me. Push with that good SH sound and pull. And push and pull. Good. And push and pull. Nice and tall. Get big with the arms. Push and pull. Last one. Push and pull. Now straight forward from your heart space. Push and pull and push and pull. Good. And push and pull. 2 more. Push and pull. Last one. Push and pull. Combo to the ceiling and pull straight forward and pull. Press to the ceiling and pull and push forward and pull and push and pull and push and pull. Last one. Push and pull and push and pull. Good. Set the wooden spoon down. Give your shoulders a little wiggle. All right. Take a deep breath. How do your upper back and shoulders feel? Good. All right. So using the wooden spoon, hold on to it one more time. This time we're going to come across the body. So your left hand can hold the chair, sticking your left foot out. Reach as if you wanted to tap your left toes and bring it back. Okay. And then reach like you wanted to get those left toes. Now, if you are comfortable and your left hand can stay on the chair, you can start to lift your toe up a little and see if you can bring the foot up. Now watch that you're not leaning to get there, but keep the spine up. Bring the foot up towards the spoon and down. Okay, so you're really working to cross that midline. Good, last one. Whew, left foot down, let's switch sides. Hold the spoon in your left hand. Reach up tall and cross your body. Okay, so start with that big cross. We want to use that crossing of the body to get big with the arm stretch and across your midline. Good. Again, if you want to add the right foot, stretch it out to begin. And if you'd like to, hold the chair and you can start to bring it up. Lift and cross. And lift and cross. Good. Lift. Cross your body. 2 more. Nice big lift and cross. Last one. Nice big lift and cross. Ooh, set your feet down. Set the spoon down for a moment. Give your legs a little massage. How'd you do? Fun with wooden spoons? Yeah? All right. Thanks, Margaret. Hopefully everybody else is feeling okay. I'm going to add in one more element where we take the big movements into our lateral space, okay? So starting with the spoon in your right hand, cross your body, you're switching. It's now in your left hand, open wide. Take it across your body and open wide. Take it across your body and open wide. Good. So can you make your arm movements really big and expansive? Yes. Cross your body and open. It's sort of like you're sitting at a large dining room table and someone says, "Can you pass the spoon?" But you're at one end and they're way at the opposite end. Okay, so you're stretching. All right, if you'd like, you can even take this over your head and even wider. Okay, so now you're pretending, I don't know, your guest is sitting on the ceiling fan and you're sending the spoon up to the ceiling fan and across. Good. Lifting up and down. All right, one more option. Underneath and around. So your guest apparently is sitting under the table and around. All right, so you're just letting that nice big arm motion take you around. Good. If you've gone one way, do try to move the opposite way. These big, expansive arm movements are really good for your back strength and your shoulders. So finish up that last one. Beautiful. And then take the spoon to your lap. Take a deep breath. Inhale through your nose. Nice big exhale. Good. Two more times. Deep breath. Inhale through your nose. And exhale. Beautiful. One more time. Nice big deep breath. Inhale through your nose. And exhale. Beautiful. If you still have the wooden spoon and you want to set it down, you can put it on a table. I'm gonna toss so it's safely out of your way. And then take your yoga block to your lap. And if you don't have one, that's okay. Just bring your hands to your lap instead. Take your right foot and leave it right underneath your right knee. Send your left heel out a little bit wider. Right. Good. Toes up to the sky. Beautiful. Then tuck your toes back behind your right foot. And then press your heel out. And this time tuck your toes in front. So press your heel out and come back. Good. One more. Out and hold it here this time. Okay, so you've crossed the left leg over the right. Now, if it is challenging for you to stay like this, you can bring it back and maybe just cross the big toe. If it's comfortable, you can bring the block down and set your pinky toe side of your left foot on the block. Okay. If that is still comfortable in your body and you're feeling that external rotation, you can bring your left leg rather, up on top of the right leg. Okay. If that's not comfortable on your knee or your hip, use the block on the pinky toe side of your right foot instead, so that you get this big external rotation of the thigh. Sit up nice and tall. Take a deep breath in through the nose and exhale. This is our pigeon pose. One more time. Nice big deep breath in through the nose and exhale. Beautiful. If you have crossed your leg in any variation, see if you can unwind it without using your hands. Great work. All right, if you use the block, bring it back to your lap. Left foot this time stays right underneath your left knee. And then your right heel goes out to the right, toes up. And bring it across behind. And then lift the heel up and crisscross the ankles. Maybe your pinky toes touch. Try that again. Heel out wide and bring it back behind. And heel out wide and cross. Good. Now, if it feels okay, keep those feet crisscrossed just like this. If you'd prefer to put your block down outside of your left pinky toe and then elevate the right pinky toe up and onto your block, feel free to do that. Okay, if that still feels okay, you can bring the foot up a little higher. Right? Sit up nice and tall, whichever variation you're taking. So you're using that strong back to lift you up nice and tall. Big deep breath. Good. One more time. Nice, big, deep breath. Beautiful. From here, soften your hands. And if you can, you're welcome to use your hands, but if you can uncross your feet without using your hands, go for it. If you have the block, you can move it out of the way. Take your feet wide and drop the knees into a little bit of a windshield wipe. Okay, it can be a slow, gentle, easy rotation. Whatever. That might feel good. Nice and easy. Beautiful. And then from here, end with your heels in and your toes out. Take those fingers up high to the sky. Big stretch. As you exhale, open your mouth and make an HA sound. Try that again. Inhale, stretching tall. HA sound. Good. This time as you reach up, make an SH sound. So it's like you're saying shh. Ready? Deep breath. Shh. Take a deep breath. Inhale, stretch those arms up. SH sound. Shh. Good. Once again, inhale, both arms up. This time make a hum, HM sound. Hum. Bring those lips nice and close together. Good. Inhale, deep breath. Hum sound. Hum. Good. Everybody swallow. Take a deep breath. Walk your feet back into the middle. We're going to do that one more time. Here we go. So this is using that loud vocal aerobics, okay? That vocal projection. So inhale, both arms up. HA sound. Good. Inhale again. HA sound. Good. Inhale. SH sound. Shh. Try it again. Inhale. SH sound. Shh. Good. Inhale. HM sound. Hum. Good. One more time. Last one. Inhale. Big stretch. HM sound. Hum. Beautiful. Everybody swallow. And if you have a water bottle nearby, feel free to actually take a sip of water. Encouraging yourself to swallow a little more. All right. We're going to move into our gentle relaxation, a little bit extra relaxation today. So if you are close to a couch or a recliner and you'd like to get more comfortable on that piece of furniture, go ahead. If you are in a chair that has a cushion, you can add to it a bolster, a pillow, bring it to the small of your back. Feel free to do that. If you have your yoga blocks and you'd like to prop your feet up as if you had an ottoman, or if you have a real ottoman, go ahead and use that. For anybody who is comfortable and feels and would like to, take your glasses off and you can place them somewhere very close that you can reach them. You're welcome to do that. We're going to take a moment to do just a tiny bit of a myofascial release of the face. Okay, so again, if you don't want to take your glasses off, that is totally fine. Feel free to leave them right on. But allow your hands to warm up a little, especially if they're getting a little cooler. This time of year, we tend to get colder hands. All right, feel free to warm them up a little. And then take your hands just back behind to that place where your neck and your shoulders attach, the upper part of your trapezius, and give yourself just a little release of those upper back muscles. You can lower your chin, look down a little bit, just massaging into what are often very tight muscles. And turn your head a little bit to the right as you massage into that space. And then you can turn a little to the left if you wish. Also continue that massage. Beautiful. And then take your fingers slightly higher to the place where your neck and your head meet. You may want to lower your chin here and see if you can give, with maybe one, maybe two, but preferably just one finger, some small little circles into that space at the back of your head. Just a soft, gentle massage into those muscles that attach your neck and your head together. Again, you probably want to lower your chin a little bit just to lengthen the back of your neck. You might notice they're a little tender. That's okay. Just give them a little bit of love. Good. And then take those fingers up towards your scalp a little bit more, and almost like you were washing your hair, you can do a little massage up at the top of the head, really gently. Yeah. Maybe right behind your ears, just a little. And then take your fingers up towards the forehead. And as if you were tracing the shape of a heart, move the fingers kind of from the middle of the forehead around. You can trace down to your jawline and just see if when you're coming close to the jaw, you could soften your jaw. If you want to stick out your tongue, go ahead. No one can see you, but it's good to release the muscles into the face. Beautiful. And then take your fingers, and if you're wearing glasses, this will be a little tricky, but if you're not, make some circles around your eyes. And then if it feels okay, you can split your fingers into those peace type fingers, bringing one finger behind your ear, one finger behind your ear, one finger in front, one finger back, and just trace gently to your ears. Good. And then you can drag your fingers down your throat a little bit more. Really gently, light pressure. And then once you get to your collarbones, you can press just below your collarbones. Really gentle little movements right below your collarbones. And then release your hands into your lap. Or if you're seated on a piece of furniture, a couch, or chair, you can relax them next to you. Take a moment here to just close your eyes. Take a moment here to breathe a little deeper through your nose. Take a moment to soften your feet. Soften your ankles. Soften your calf muscles, your shins, your knees, the tops of your legs. Seeing if you can soften through your hips. Soften through your lower back, your middle back, and your upper back. Softening into your shoulders and your arms, your elbows, backs of your hands, palms of your hands, and your fingers and thumbs. See if you can relax your neck. Relax your jaw. Hollow out your cheeks as you soften your forehead. Take a moment just to notice how you feel. Ever so gently begin to draw your awareness back to your space. Please take a nice big deep breath in. And as you exhale, exhale with a sigh. Take another big deep breath in. And exhale once again with that gentle sigh. Let's begin to move your fingers and your toes with some larger movements into your hands and feet, wrists and ankles, arms and legs. Please begin to stretch or to move any way you'd like. And if you're seated in a chair, you can sit up a little taller. If you're on a couch or a recliner and you'd like to stay comfy a little longer, feel free, or maybe even take a nap. That's also totally cool. But as you begin to move, maybe you're sitting up a little taller. Let your hands come back towards your heart. Come back to that nice breath. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, smile, offering a little bit of gratitude to yourself. There is a whole lot of gratitude that comes from me to you, allowing me to take this seat before you. It is an honor, it is a joy to be with you these classes. I hope you all have a wonderful week. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day, a wonderful week. And if you're in Maryland, you can enjoy this beautiful weather that we're having. Thank you all again for being here. Namaste. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you very much for being here. I'm going to pause